Hi, this is Mano from Mano Money channel. Short disclaimer notice. I request everyone to pause the video for few seconds and read through this and understand the risk involved. Okay. So last week Sunday I posted the week one trades for my goal. I mean earning 20K in 15 days. Last week, week one, I think at the end of week one, I was incurring some 3K loss, and I decided to continue for the next 2 weeks. I aim to make 10 to 12K per week so that I can end up, I mean, achieve my overall goal of 20K. Let's see where I stand at the end of week two for all the trades that I did from Monday to Friday till today. I'll go through the trades that I've taken for the entire week, and finally I'll show you the amount that I have made for this week. Let's see how it went as per plan. Okay, the first trade that I took on Monday was ICICI Bank. That is on 19th of September. The setup was plain and simple setup. Okay, so I shortlisted this stock on Friday. This is a simple trend line setup. Price was moving and making higher highs, and it made a good run, and it was approaching towards the trend line. And on Friday, I selected the stock and planned to trade this on Monday. When the price approached this level, which I have marked here, the red zone, where it had where it had reacted at the past. So my plan was simple. I mean, if the price reaches this red zone and gives me a reversal signal, I'll plan to enter. So what had happened is in the morning itself, it came down. It touched my top of my red zone, and it reversed immediately. I was waiting for the price to come down below the red zone, bottom trend line of this red zone, and I waited for a signal, but it didn't give. So the entire day it was dancing and approaching towards the bottom red zone. And at the end of the market hours, that is at around 2:15, it again broke the bottom trend line of the red zone. That's when I decided, okay, let's see if I get an opportunity to start trading this. I'll probably move it to 5 minutes time frame and I'll show you what I did. It was on 19th September. Okay, so this is what has happened. Morning it bounced from the top of the red zone. At the end of the market hours, it came here. So just see this reversal signal. So what it did in 5 minutes time frame is it tried to break below the red zone. It immediately got rejected, forming a sort of piercing pattern, or you can even call this as a bullish engulfing. The body was completely engulfed by a green candle, and even this is a sort of a piercing pattern as well. It tried to break the low of this red candle, but it finished completely on top of the uh, previous red candle. So I took the entry somewhere here when the price started trading above the red zone. I took the entry here at around 245. When I entered, it was close to the market end time, so I decided let's edge this. But unfortunately, when I attempted to edge this, but the capital that was I was having was not sufficient to take the edge position. So the option is to either scratch the trade or go naked with the call option. So I decided to hold this trade for some time and let's and watch what the price is doing. And I plan to close this when price goes below this low of the green candle. Price after my entry, price went up for some time and immediately got rejected and went below the green trend line. So I scratched this trade for around 1.5k loss. And after my exit, price started reversing and observed this price movement for some time. Now this time price got accepted uh, at the top of the red zone and it started consolidating. So okay, now I decided to take a re-entry, and this time I clearly know I will not be able to edge this position, and I am taking the entry at the end of the market hours. This is a risk, definitely a risk, but uh, my I was yeah, accepting the risk involved. I mean, because of the fact that it attempted to break below the red zone, go below the red zone, but it got rejected. Uh, Here it formed a piercing pattern. Here it formed a hammer candle and started to go above and start consolidating nicely. So this time my bias was bit strong on the up movement, so I decided to go without a hedge, considering the fact it got rejected nicely at the down movement. So I took an entry here, re-entry again here, and I did hold. And my plan, the next day movement, it could be either of the three scenarios. The price could start open here and start consolidating, and it could gap down as well, considering a lot of aspects like war and other stuff. It could gap down as well. Uh, if that is the case, I'll be incurring more loss, but I was accepting this because the probability of going down is bit low. The way it has consolidated here, my thought was it could either consolidate here and go up, or it could gap up. And the third scenario actually happened on the next day morning. It gapped up above my target levels. So I immediately exit at the opening market opening itself. I made around some 7k profit here. So net first trade it was a 1.5k loss. The second trade it was around 7k profit. So close to 4.55k I took a profit here. So this was my ICICI Bank trade. I took two trades and ended up in profit. The second trade was Maruti. This is again a perfect channel movement. I actually selected this stock on 15th September itself. I thought price would come to this zone and start getting rejected so that I go for a short entry here. But for almost 2 3 days, it was dancing at this levels. And on Tuesday, 20th September, it went above my red zone where I was expecting some sort of reversal from this level to this level at the channel top. It could start reversing. So what I did was I observed this for this is on 20th Tuesday. Okay, so it opened above, and this is sort of 9:50. This is a 30-minute candle breakout. Let's see the volume. The volume was good at the morning hours, and even the breakout. This is a 30-minute candle breakout. Even the volume is good here. So many traders were jumping in on the long side, and all their stop loss would be somewhere here. So I was expecting a sort of a rejection here, either in a immediately through a candle setup or in a sort of a pattern. This 30-minute breakout was rejected, and it is sort of a bearish engulfing candle, but it was not too convincing for me. So I decided let's wait for some sort of a pattern to develop, and it finally developed. So see, this is the trend line that I draw for the high it made while it formed a channel, and the line was going through this line. This is the line, and in the 5 minutes time frame, if you could see, it formed a descending triangle, sort of. I mean, it consolidated at the lows at the bottom of the trend line, and it started forming lower rise. And what it did was it attempted to go above the trend line where it formed the lower rise, and I took the entry here. I was expecting the price to move drastically, hitting all the stop losses and come towards the previous day close and to this level, which is my first target. But what it happened was it started consolidating, and again tried to edge this position and exit this position if the price started to settle above the current day high, that is above 942 970. So, but again, the capital was insufficient, my edge position was rejected. So price was started going above after my entry, and I decided to scratch this trade. I don't want to take a risk of from 9380 to 9430. It's almost 50 60 points. With the option, it will be 30 points risk. So I don't want to risk that amount. I scratched it and incurred around 900 loss here. But after my exit, it nicely came down and hit my target one. In fact, I missed the opportunity make for around 3 to 4k profit here, but that's fine because I was expecting a move straight away after my entry, but it started consolidating. There is a probability it might go and hit my stop loss as well. So I was not take ready to take that risk without hedge. If I had taken the edge, I would have probably waited for the price to come to target two as well. I would have held this position for 1 or 2 days, and it finally actually happened. See, that is on 22nd, for almost 2 days. It came close to my target. I would have closed this position somewhere here. Again, I would have with edge. I would have made only 3k or 3 to 4k, but it would have given me a peace moment during this consolidation phase. So without edge, I don't want to take this risk. So I scratched this trade. That's fine. I think we scratched close to 2 to 3 trades for the last 2 week, 3 weeks. Axis Bank was one, and TCS and Maruti. We scratched it, but all three went to target two. With edge, we could have catch this moment, caught this moment, but I decided to scratch. That's fine. This is the Maruti setup where I incurred a loss of around 900, and India Cement. This is the trade which I took today morning. This is again a plain trend line setup, a simple and plain trend line where the price made higher highs. It went above and started reaching towards the trend line, and I was expecting some bounce from here, and it actually showed that bounce yesterday itself. This is the 22nd 315. I mean yesterday's. So this is the yesterday candle. It tried to go below the red zone, touch the trend line, and it closed above the bottom of the red zone. I could take the trade here with edge and could have hold till this target trend line. But I'm for sure I know since being the month end expiry, right, nearing the month end expiry, taking edge it would require bit higher capital. So I should go only with the naked option. That happened in ICC as well, right? So I don't want to take this risk here because the sort of reversal candle, even though it closed above the bottom of the red zone, it was not that convincing. So I decided to wait for the morning opening time and let's see what the price was doing. So what exactly happened on morning was, in the 5 minute candle, it showed some momentum, and the this trend line, the black dotted trend line, was the one which I draw, where the price could face some resistance. See, the price has taken support here, went above, came here, halted for a moment, and came went above. So when the price comes here again, it might get some resistance at that zone, and this is the area where it actually bounced, where it started reversing. So this is the area I should watch for. It should be a very strong hit, and price should settle above this black dotted trend lines. If it gets above this trend line, the chances of hitting 272 is very higher. So I plan to watch the movement over there. In the first 5 minute candle, it went above. It formed a long lower wick showing momentum, but it could not pierce through the top trend line, showing some rejection here. So I took an entry here, somewhere around here. Once the 5 minute candle, first 5 minute candle was over, this was a sort of a warning sign for me that price might get start consolidate here instead of straight going to the target. So my plan was to quickly get into the trade and get out of the trade, making some quick bucks, not to wait till 272 target. So I took an entry here. It went above. Again, it did settle, but it was not a strong green candle. It is showing signs of reversal. See the wick here. See the wick here. So I was planning to get out of the trade when the profit clock something around 5 or 6K. So I exited the trade somewhere around here. I put a limit order of 10.5 or something. That is close to 5K profit, and ended up making 7.5K. After my entry, after my exit, the price started reversing completely. It consolidated at the bottom trend line, and now it is trading below the overall uptrend line. But still, even though price has settled below, it might still go above. But this is not the setup we should aim to trade on Monday. Our job is done. This trend line, top trend line, actually did resist the further price movement, but uh, we were able to judge that before and get out of the trade with some decent profit. So this is how it happened in India Cement. And there was one trade actually which I missed to trade. That gave a very nice momentum. This is again a simple channel movement. Actually, it did break the channel, and with the way it has traveled, this momentum, I thought there would be some halt happening at this level, and price could reject. So I was waiting for some rejection at this level. I marked the levels, the red zone, and the two targets which was aiming to trade. This is on 21st September, right? Let's see how it price moved in the trading time frame. That is on 21st. So what it happened was, like, it showed the initial rejection through a 5 minutes red candle, first 5 minutes red candle, but immediately it went above, forming a green candle. So it was not a clear rejection signal at this level. So I decided to wait to get a sort of a pattern like descending triangle or a channel pattern here, where the price could get reverse and then catch that momentum. But instead of that, price immediately came to the red zone and start consolidating at the red zone levels. Clearly, you could see this is a very large candle, 5 minute candle. Let me zoom it actually. See, this is a very large candle rejection. It is showing a rejection here. And this candles, right, almost for 15, 20, 25 minutes, the price was trading within this red zone, which is a inside bar setup. Uh, Typically, I could have taken this setup. See, this is a clear rejection signal, and we have got a inside bar candle. So we could probably enter here and have a stop loss somewhere here or here and could trade this. But my success ratio with this inside bar setup was very low. I was not executing this correct in the past. I have incurred some substantial losses with this setup. So the fear factor was there in my mind. So I did not take this trade. Maybe the only difference is in the past I was like trading just the inside bar setup. I could take the trade here. I was taking the trade here. I was not having a clear zone uh, where I actually took this trade. I was just shooting the rabbits 360 degrees. So I was incurring more loss. I lost a lot of bullets there. So, but this time, this inside bar setup has happened at the zone where I was expecting the reversal. So, but still, the fear factor on back of my mind was preventing me from taking this trade. So, I need to see how to handle the situation because after this inside bar, right, see the momentum. It clearly went below. It hit the target one in just matter of 1 hour, and even it reached almost, not almost actually. I think I did reach the target two on the same day. Yes, at the end of the market day, 3:15 p.m. it reached the target two as well, which is almost Sipla. This is 1000. Okay, let's see the 1000. I think I did watch the 1100 P. I think so. 21st September. Okay, this is the one. So if I had taken the trade somewhere else, let's see around 31, and if I had closed during the market hours, that is 3:15, 31, which is almost 41, even a 10-point movement, right? If I had taken this, lot size is 650, which is close to 6,500. Even if a 50%, if I am able to capture, that is 3 to 4k, I've missed to take this trade only because of the fear factor in my mind. The loss that I have made in inside bar setup prevented me from taking this trade. So I need to work on this one. I think I need to take this as an action item and see how to trade this. Even if it is not in an option trading, I could have taken this in an intraday equity setup with a small loss like 500 rupees or 1000 rupees loss, which is actually bearable, which my mind can accept. I can take this trade. I could have taken this trade in an equity intraday setup. I could have made close to 2k if I had taken 1 is to 2 RR. So I need to work on this, see how to remove the fear factor out of my mind so that I could take this setup instead of waiting for the descending triangle setup or a channel setup to get the rejection pattern right. I need to see if I can trade this as well. Let's take this as a learning item out of this week's trades, and let's see how we can improve this in the subsequent weeks. So I'll probably show you the trade books as well, the trades that we have discussed. Monday to Friday. Okay, so this is the okay. So first one I bought at 2:47 p.m. at 1570, and I think I closed it at 3:02 p.m. at 1465. This is the loss I have incurred in ICICI Bank during the initial trade. That is, I took at 1570 and I closed at 1465. 1375 lot size. I made 1.5k loss. And second entry, I took at 17 rupees at 322 at the end of the market hour. This is a naked call option trade without edge, uh, but I know the risk that is involved. So, with the clear rejection signal, I was accepting the risk that is involved in this trade. And during morning, next day morning, I closed the trade at 9:16 a.m. itself. That is the first minute itself for 20 to 5. So my entry was at 17. I closed at 20 to 5. So I made a profit of around 6 or close to 7k profit. So overall, my profit with the ICICI Bank was 5.5k. And Maruti, I took an entry at 211, 212 rupees. I was expecting a clear momentum after my entry, but it started consolidating. So I scratched the trade for some close to 10 points, 211 and 212 and 202. Sorry, 212 and 202. 100 is the lot size for it. So I scratched it for 930 rupees. And then this India cement trade, I took it in ICICI Direct because my funds got settled to my bank due to quarterly settlement. So I took the trade in ICICI Direct. So this is the trade I took in morning time. So 9:50 I took the buy entry. I sold it at 12:15. I could see the timings as well. Okay, 9:19 I entered the trade. In the next 5 minutes candle 9:25 exited. So 9:5 was the entry, 12:15 was the exit. 2,900 lot size. I made around 7.5k profit. So, and the other trade which I did not take was Sipla. Let me note that as well. I did not. Uh, so it could be a 40 exit and 30 was the entry I should have taken. 650 lot size. I should have made 6.5k, but I did not take this trade. Trade this trade. I'll probably note a comment here. I need to work on this one. Fear due to a past loss preventing me from taking the trade, so I need to work on this one. Possibly I could have made some 5k, 4, even 3k. I'm accepting the profit over there by end, but I missed the opportunity there. But overall, I think now I have made 12k profit for this week, which I was aiming for this week because during the first week it was 3k. So to make around 20k, I should make 12k for the next 2 weeks, and I have reached the target for this week. So overall status now is around 8k. So the next week I need to make close to 12 to 13k, which means that I need to repeat this performance for the next week. I'm confident about this. I'm going to trade only the channel setup and the trendline setup, and only factor that problem is there's a month end expiry, and I'll not be able to edge the position. If I have to take the option naked and carry forward the next day, I'll have to do it naked. So that's the only risk involved. Let's see. I'll have to accept that fact because with the less capital that I have, I'll not be able to edge the positions. That's fine. I'll accept that risk involved, and let's see if I'm able to repeat this performance and reach the target of 20k the next week. Let's see how it pans, guys. Thanks for watching the video.